This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The province has a new leader in charge of investigating allegations around teacher misconduct. It comes weeks after the Premier says he fired the previous one. The role is designed to make disciplinary actions against teachers more transparent and protect students. As CBC's Ian Fraser reports, the new commissioner is no stranger to safeguarding kids.
I really could not imagine a better commissioner.
Noni Clausen will oversee investigations into teacher misconduct in Manitoba.
It feels like all the work that I've done in my whole career has actually led me up and prepared me for this role.
Last month, the former commissioner, Bobby Taillefer, left abruptly. Her departure was first described as a resignation, then as a firing. Premier Wabkanu said it wasn't acceptable Taillefer spent part of the winter in Florida.
We're here, the kids are here, the teachers are here, the commissioner needs to be in Manitoba.
I can certainly assure you that Noni lives and is planning to work and reside in Manitoba.
Clausen worked with students dealing with trauma as a resource teacher, then spent 2 decades at the Canadian Centre for Child Protection in Winnipeg.
Working not only with schools but also survivors and hearing and learning from people who had experienced abuse and harm.
Clausen was vocal in wanting Manitoba to establish a commissioner's office to protect students. Now she's leading it. The year-old office investigates complaints against teachers, issues penalties, and runs a registry showing which teachers have been disciplined. The Manitoba Teachers Society wanted a commissioner who's worked in education. Lillian Clausen says she's hopeful.
One of the things that we heard from the new commissioner was that she was a person who was always looking out for the underdog in the situation. And so we just want somebody coming in who's objective and maybe considering that the underdog might not always be on the opposite end of who the teacher is.
Education Minister Tracy Smith says she wants the office to investigate systemic issues and propose solutions. If the province wants to expand the office's powers, the teachers' union says it wants a say. Ian Fraser, CBC News, Winnipeg.
We're learning more about a fugitive from Tennessee arrested in Winnipeg after a traffic stop in the Exchange District. Officers pulled over a speeding truck last Thursday. The driver was found to have outstanding warrants on serious charges, including aggravated statutory rape and sexual exploitation of a minor in the United States. 35-year-old Logan Woodard Kelly faces 39 felonies. The Greenbrier Police Department says Kelly failed to appear at his last court date in late April. They're unsure why he came to Winnipeg, but believe he entered Canada through a farm or field.
He has no family ties. To be honest with you, though, I think it was just the path of least resistance. If he got on the interstate, he could have gone straight up I-65 all the way to Canada.
He is now being sent back to the United States. A Manitoba retiree says he's in disbelief after the province refused to reimburse him for an expensive spinal surgery. He traveled to Germany to get the costly procedure after being unable to get help here. CBC's Bryce Hoy has more.
Tom Malinsky says his spine pain got so intense that eventually he couldn't even pick up his grandkids.
Pain was so severe, at times I had to crawl from the bedroom to the bathroom, and also incontinence.
Malinsky faced numerous barriers to care. After 4 years of agony, he drained his retirement savings and went to Germany. Surgery there restored the 68-year-old's independence. But Malinsky didn't get the necessary pre-approvals, so Manitoba refused to pick up the tab. Malinsky appealed. Last fall, the Manitoba Health Appeals Board said the barriers he faced were, quote, deeply concerning. The board asked the health minister to review the case and consider reimbursing Malinsky. He got a rejection letter in the mail last week.
Just unbelievable. What's the sense of having an appeal board, and they're in my favor, and yet Manitoba Health, they still deny it. The appeal board recommended that they compensate me. Manitoba Health still denies it somehow.
Tory health critic Kathleen Cook thinks rejecting this claim was a mistake.
Well, I think the minister's decision undermines the Manitoba Health Appeal Board, and it will cause Manitobans to doubt the existence and the purpose of the board in the first place.
Health Minister Uzoma Asseguara says the department followed the right procedures, but they also acknowledge the experts Malinsky encountered in Manitoba may not have adequately assessed his urgent needs.
We also want to make sure that our system has the right resources and supports, and that the process makes sense for patients so that they're not put in a position where they feel like no one's listening to me. I need to go someplace else where people are going to listen to me and my needs are going to be addressed.
Asseguara reached out to Malinsky. They set up a meeting this week. Bryce Hoy, CBC News, Winnipeg.
As construction season gets underway in Manitoba, safety advocates are encouraging people to slow down. The City of Winnipeg is doing $157 million worth of regional and local road construction. That means more construction crews and heavy equipment right across the city. The Safe Roads campaign says between 2024 and last year, the number of work-related injuries at road construction sites rose from 40 to 62. Drivers are being urged to slow down and remain alert.
Construction season can be frustrating. It can be very frustrating. I can attest to the phone calls. But slowing down in work zones matter. A few extra minutes in your commute is never worth risking someone's life or safety.
Drivers are also encouraged to check the city and province's website for current and ongoing construction projects that might impact their commutes. The charity behind an affordable housing for veterans project in Winnipeg says it will open this year. The Homes for Heroes Foundation first announced the project 4 years ago, but there's been repeated delays and roadblocks. CBC's Justin Fiacconi has more.
4 years after the announcement of an affordable housing complex for veterans, and still no sign of construction at the Transcona site, only broken fences and empty beer bottles. The Homes for Heroes Foundation announced the project back in May 2022. They bought the land from the city for just over $80,000. Since then, there's been some bumps along the road, according to their president, Brad Field.
We had secured the land, but for instance, what we didn't realize is that there was an environmental issue. So, there are a bunch of little things that cropped up along the way that delayed.
The site was previously used by the city to store hazardous waste and for the general maintenance and storage of city-owned vehicles and equipment. It contained contaminated soil, which has now been successfully remediated according to the province. Field says they also had trouble raising enough funds for the project beyond initial donations due to economic uncertainties. He estimates the cost of building a veterans village ranges from $6 to $8 million. The federal government committed around $1 million to the project, while the province of Manitoba committed an initial $500,000 for land acquisition and pre-development costs, and an additional $300,000 once construction begins.
We don't start, putting shovels in the ground till we're certain that we're going to have funding, obviously, to build the project.
Field says this funding is now secured, and that they hope to begin construction in a matter of weeks once they obtain final permits. This was welcome news to Robert Falcon-Ouellette, a longtime service member and board member of the Equal Housing Initiative.
A lot of Winnipeggers have served and continue to serve in our Canadian Forces. And I think just giving back even a little bit, I know it's around 20 tiny homes, at least it's something.
Homes for Heroes says the village will be open later this year, and that the project will now feature 25 homes instead of 20. They're targeting a spring start to construction for a fall grand opening. Justin Fiacconi, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Downtown Winnipeg's Fort Garry Hotel is up for sale again. The 113-year-old hotel on Broadway was put up for sale in 2019, shortly before the pandemic, but never sold. The new listing was announced by a brokerage and real estate firm, but it did not include a price. The landmark hotel has 10 stories and 262 rooms. The Fort Garry is also a National Historic Site. All right, time now to bring Riley in. And Riley, I see some pictures behind you. It is seeing like farming season is upon us.
Yeah, Garry came across this picture near Beausejour on the weekend and said he just couldn't resist stopping for a shot. Thank you for sending this picture in. As always, talk back at cbc.ca. Maybe some folks are smiling because of maybe the sunnier afternoon that we saw in the Red River Valley. I know I was woken up overnight by a few rumbles of thunder around 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, all that's now off into northwestern Ontario. Still a little bit of instability working its way through parts of the Parkland into Westman, where there has been some spotty shower activity through the afternoon hours. This should clear up as we get into the overnight hours, but the story has been really the temperatures and the windy conditions through the day today. 22s, 23s into southwestern parts of the province, 20 in Dauphin, Winnipeg, 19 degrees this afternoon, and still seeing single digits where a cold front kind of drapes across parts of northern Manitoba, keeping things on the cooler side. There is a bit of warm weather coming into northern Manitoba as well. I'll talk about that a little bit later on, looking at a temperature overnight around 6 degrees in Winnipeg, 8 first thing in the morning, and how about 21 degrees tomorrow afternoon, Brittany? Bit breezy. There is a bit of weather on the way. I'll talk about that when I come back.
Thanks, Riley.
You're welcome.
Hundreds of millions of dollars to get sports into medal contending shape. The commitment coming from Ottawa and how athletes are hoping to get a piece. Dozens of people showed up to call for justice and remember the life of their friend who was killed last week. A vigil for Cameron Huley was held in St. Anne Monday night. The 49-year-old was a well-known chef and volunteer firefighter in the community. RCMP say he died after being assaulted. Huley's wife and 11-year-old son were in Japan when he died. RCMP say no charges have been laid. Manitoba athletes and those in sports in the province are welcoming an injection of federal funds that hasn't been seen in decades. While much of the money will go to national programs, they hope it helps get sport in the country into shape. CBC's Gavin Axelrod has more.
I also did yeah, sick.
Paralympian Leanne Taylor caught up with some Olympic hopefuls at a recent talent identification event in Winnipeg. She's among a number of athletes hoping an injection of funds from the federal government helps Canadians compete for and bring home more of these.
Honestly, it feels really special. It's like every time someone supports you in some way in sport, it's like a vote of confidence saying like, yes, this is important and we believe in you. And so I think that's what athletes are taking that as, our government thinks it's important and they believe in us.
Calls for more funding grew louder after Canada had its lowest Olympic medal count in decades at the 2026 Games. At the Paralympics, Canada had 10 less medals this year than in 2022.
There's probably very few, if any, members of Parliament or in the government who are happy with seeing poor results from Canadian national teams.
In its spring economic update, the federal government announced more than $500 million in funding over 5 years. $660 million over 5 years is for national sports organizations aimed at growing participation and improving safe sports systems. There's also $45 million over 5 years for athletes, which includes support for better mental health. Matt Barr with the Canadian Sports Centre Manitoba says the increase is overdue.
Budgets for national sport organizations have not really changed for the past 20 years, but inflation has gone up.
Speed skater Tyson Lungalar says not getting national money can be stressful. The Winnipegger says he looked for personal funding all the way up to the trials for the 2026 Olympics. While he did have some sponsors, he still paid about $3,000 out of pocket.
We're supposed to take care of ourselves. We're supposed to, invest in our sport and truly become the best athlete we can. But sometimes that's hard with the amount of fundings.
Both athletes are excited about the possibilities the increased funding could bring and hope it gives people of all ages more confidence as they chase their goals in sport. Gavin Axelrod, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Manitoba Hydro says it can't reveal the identities of companies hoping to build wind farms in this province. Hydro is looking for Indigenous-led companies to build wind farms. The Crown Corporation has qualified a number of them, but it won't say how many or who they are. Meanwhile, the Manitoba Métis Federation has gone public with its proposal to partner with a major British company to build 30 windmills southeast of Riding Mountain National Park. Flin Flon's biggest recreation project is officially open. The new aquatic centre houses the city's first indoor pool in 6 years. The previous centre was shut down in 2020 and demolished. But as CBC's Eric Westhaver reports, there's still one hurdle left before it can fully open.
It's grand opening day for one of Flin Flon's biggest projects. Locals got their first look at their new indoor pool facility Monday, and people are ready to dive in.
We're excited to, to see schools participating again. We're excited to see adaptive swim lessons. We're excited to see, parent and taught introductory classes.
The city's been without a pool since the last one closed in 2020. There hasn't been a place for indoor swimming lessons, exercise classes, or kids' fun for 6 years. Cara Plamondon has pushed for the pool for almost a decade. She feels that work has paid off.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming with all of the different people, but I think just wanting this for the community is what drew me in, just wanting to see this finish line.
The city of Flin Flon has had to pay millions, but fundraisers like 50/50s and special events have helped cover costs. Mining company Hud Bay paid for the pool's naming rights. Fundraising chair Karen McKinnon says the new pool has been worth the wait.
When the sun is shining in those windows, the whole deep end is diamonds. You're going to love it. It's just great.
A new pool means a safe place to learn to swim, a vital skill in the lake-filled north.
All the lakes surrounding us, people need to learn how to swim, and I think that having those lessons again will just be really life-changing for people.
The water is in, but the pool isn't fully open. A new group of lifeguards needs to be trained first. When they're ready, the pool will be too. Eric Westhaver, CBC News, Flin Flon.
All right. Well, Riley, ahead of your dog walking forecast or Tabby Tuesday, I know we might not be doing it today. People may have heard us talk a little bit about a new docuseries that you can see on CBC called Must Love Dogs.
Yeah.
So in honor of the new Gem series, CBC has put a little something out for man's best friend. So if you're heading out for that dog walk, keep an eye out for the CBC stick library set up for your pup.
I'm curious for what this is. Take a photo of the stick library, of your pup, and you just might win a prize. So where is it? Here's a bit of a clue. It's where you cross a bridge to be with your dog.
Yes, so you'll see a CBC set up. You'll find those sticks. There's a little QR code. You can take a photo, submit that when you're out for that dog walk.
Yeah, it might be a bit windy as we get toward the end of the week, Brittany. Let's start with the fire danger map, and this is for Wednesday, and you'll notice some of the yellows and the reds that are starting to creep into the Westman area and into the southwestern corner of the province. This is where we're looking at high to extreme fire danger, not just because it's dry, but also because of forecast winds, not just as we get through Wednesday, but into Thursday. Much of the Interlake and the Red River Valley and parts of the west. Low to moderate still means be fire safe, but certainly the place to watch will be parts of southern and central Saskatchewan into Alberta as we get through the next couple of days. This is where we could see some wind gusts through south and central Saskatchewan and into parts of North Dakota exceeding 100 or 110 kilometers an hour as we get through late Wednesday into Thursday. We'll get a touch of that on the Manitoba side of the border, nothing like that, but certainly expect some strong winds as we get into the day on Thursday in particular for southern Manitoba. So that'll be the day to watch for in terms of fire safety, but certainly always be fire aware. Make sure that you're following any burn restrictions, burn permitting requirements where you are, and just really keep an eye on the weather, particularly as we see things drying out as we head into the spring months here. So through Wednesday, looking at mainly sunny skies, sort of a rinse and repeat across southern Manitoba. It's as we get into Thursday that things start to change with a developing low to the west of us that will start to push its way into the province as we get into Thursday. A warm front out ahead of this will start to bump temperatures up through the day on Thursday, but the main event as it pushes into the province kind of dries up for the most part, doesn't carry a lot of moisture for southern and central parts of the province, but into northern Manitoba, this is where we could get into some pockets of heavier rain. Norway House, Grand Rapids, into Thompson and the northeastern corner of the province, nothing significant, but certainly a good amount of rain to wet the soil as we get through the back half of the week here for the south. This is more like periods of rain or some showers as we get through the day Thursday, tapering off as we get through Friday. The story in southern Manitoba, though, will be all about the wind as we get through Thursday. So Wednesday, calmer than it was today, but as we get into Thursday, you'll see that wind shifting around out of the southeast, looking at gusts picking up to 60 plus as we get through the morning hours, and this will be a very windy day as we get through the day, in particular on Thursday, lasting into Friday for parts of southern Manitoba. So temperatures as we get into the afternoon tomorrow, 26s, 27s into southwestern Manitoba, 21 to 22 degrees through parts of the Red River Valley, Brittany, and looking at temperatures even closer to 17, 18 into northern Manitoba.
All right, thank you, Riley.
You're welcome.
Well, we have much more to come straight ahead, including your last look on the week's forecast. Stay with us. Well, if you grew up heartbroken learning the truth about house hippos, here's the closest thing that's real. Oh my goodness. The Berlin Zoo is showing off its very rare baby pygmy hippopotamus. The yet-to-be-named calf weighed under 6 kilos at birth. This species grows to about quarter the size of a regular hippo. Pygmy hippos are semi-aquatic and prefer to stay near water to keep their skin from drying. These nocturnal creatures are considered endangered in the wild, and they remain threatened by habitat loss and illegal hunting.
And I was shocked to learn today that I work with some people who didn't know what the house hippo thing was. Let's stay on the animal theme, though. Tabby Tuesday, because I've got so many cat pictures to get through. Hopefully we can get through all of them soon. How about Twig and Lily, who look like they are longingly waiting for a sunny day to get outside? Well, tomorrow, probably that day. Winds won't be too much of an issue, maybe a bit breezy at times, 21 degrees into the afternoon, and we could even pop up to 22 or 23 as we get into the evening. We'll see how far we get as we get through the day, but we'll keep it around 21 through the afternoon tomorrow, up to 22 as we get into Thursday. You'll notice the wind really starting to pick up as we get into the early part of Thursday, gusting up to 60 plus as we get into the day on Thursday. That brings with it a chance of showers lasting into Friday morning, and then a bit of a cooler long weekend ahead, 15 for Saturday, 11s and 12s through Sunday and Monday. Well, it's that time of year where we start to see all of the baby animals out and about.
And for those littles, it means learning a lot. So tonight's Daily Lift, a daring leap, which thankfully had a happy ending.
Come on, guys. Oh!
Okay, something you don't see every day. A CBC viewer, Clayton Knight, sent this video in to us. A goose laid her eggs on the roof of a house in Vancouver. As you can see, the eggs hatched. The goslings took a big leap of faith to reach their mom on the ground. Local people then jumped in to guide them to their new home.
You guys are doing so good. You're doing so good. Come on, let's keep going.
Now, with some help and encouragement, the geese were safely guided to the water where they swam away as a big new family.
See? Everybody was okay.
And we love a happy ending.
We love a happy ending, and off into their new home in the water.
Exactly.
Have a wonderful night. We will see you back here tomorrow.
See ya.
This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The province has a new leader in charge of investigating allegations around teacher misconduct. It comes weeks after the Premier says he fired